Hello and welcome to the second video in our How to Paint Space Marine series. This time we're tackling a Blood Angels Intercessor. I'm going to start off as we normally do with a zenithal prime of white over black, followed up here with an overall spray of Mephiston red. I am using my airbrush, it's what I have, makes things quicker, but it's probably easier if you're doing an army to pick up a rattle can of Mephiston red or an equivalent from another supplier, just to make things a bit easier. We can then take some black from the Vallejo Game Colors range. This is my go-to black as I really enjoy the finish that it provides. It's very matte, but honestly any black will do for this stage. We're going to pick out the gun, the belt, any pouches, as well as all of the under armour. Leadbelcher's next to pick out any parts that we want to be silver, specifically looking at the accents on the gun, the barrels, the ammo pack, and on the main armor. This is the pipes and the fastenings that you find on the sides of the helmet. On the backpack, however, you're looking to pick out the vents. Warpstone glow is used here to base coat the eyes. Look at me getting better at filming the eye painting bits. Next we will use a gloss varnish to cover the entirety of the model and get it all shiny and ready for the next step. Tamiya Panel Liner Black is now used to pick out all of the panels, essentially provides a wash to the metallic parts that we've painted so far. This stage can be messy, as you'll see, but don't worry, the next step cleans this up nicely. Yeah, as you can see, I managed to get the panel liner to cover his left leg almost entirely, but it's an easy fix. So here's what we do. We're going to take some Sansodor from Windsor and Newton to clean this up and the rest of the panel lines to get them looking crisp. Take your time, gently run your Q-tip or cotton buds, depending on where you are in the world, against the parts you're looking to tidy up. Once you're done cleaning it up, let the model dry and then apply any decals that you want before taking the next step. Okay, we're going to take some matte varnish now and cover the model. My varnishes are both from Vallejo, just for reference. This will seal in all of the panel line work and also the decals, however you say it, that we've just added. Okay, next up we're going to start the process of highlighting the model, and oh boy, do we have some highlighting to do. The biggest area is the armor, so we'll start there. We're going to use some Evil Sunz Scarlet to go over all of the edges of the red armor. Try to use the edge of the brush where you can, and work very carefully with just the tip of the brush on the areas that you can't. Dark Reaper is next used to do the same for all the areas of black. You're looking at the gun, the belt, any straps, and the kneecap. It's the same process, you're just using a different color. Okay, we're going to tackle the eyes next. We're going to use some slightly thinned down Moot Green. Now you're looking to try and make a V shape here in the corner of the lenses, starting from the corner facing the front. It is a bit tricky, take your time, and if you need to, drop your brush down a size. We can base coat in the parchment here. Not entirely sure why I did it so late in the game, but there we go. Try to be careful not to paint over any of the bits we've already touched, but if you do, go back over the previous steps to get it back to where you want it. The wax seal is next. We're just going to quickly use some Screamer Pink to pick this out. Gold next, and for that we need some Retributor armour. Usually these will be all over the place, small decorative skulls and other adornments, but this chap only has them on his gun and on one shoulder pad. Oh, and the bullet casings. You can find those in the ammo packs. Taking some Reikland fleshshade, we can quickly apply some depth to the gold, parchment and the wax seals that we've just done. Try not to let it pool. If it does, quickly clean your brush off and wick it away. Once the shade has dried, we're going to start picking out the raised areas of the wax seal using some pink horror. I'm then going to use a 50-50 mix of Moot Green and Dorn Yellow, and we're going to try and paint a very small line starting in the corner of the lenses moving towards the back of the helmet. Highlighting the gold next with, again, a 50-50 mix of Retributor armour and Stormhost silver. There's really not much on him, but it will help to accentuate what little there is. Okay, we're going to take some Wyldwood contrast paint next to try and put some script on our purity seals. I'm using the Psycho brush from Army Painter, which is a teeny tiny brush, and applying some small dots and dashes to the parchment. The way I see it in my head is I'm painting like small Morse codes, dots and dashes. Listen, that's how my brain paints it, okay? Just use whatever works for you. Fenrisian Grey next to highlight our highlights. That's right, back to those edges. This time though, we're focusing on only the upward facing areas, and we're going to try and keep this brighter color inside the previous edge highlights. So use a smaller brush if you have to. We're focusing on the kneecap and the gun in particular with these highlights, but you can also pick out the belt pouches, if you really wish to punish yourself. Lastly, we're going to finish off those armor plates with an edge highlight of Troll Slayer Orange. There's plenty of these, but the idea is the same. Pick out the upward facing edges and the areas you want to focus drawn to, and try to keep it within the previous highlight colors. And there you have it, a clean looking Blood Angel's Intercessor without too much difficulty. Make sure to base your model to fit the rest of your army. I don't have a Blood Angel's army, so I've just used some Astrogranite. But if you have enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, drop a comment below if you found something useful. I have more of these planned for the founding chapters, as well as a few others. So let me know which you would like to see next in the comments below. Take it easy, and I will catch you next time.